They'll give it to him up the middle. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Spins past him. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah,
and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Andre Howe. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. he's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Now it's Miller. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Down! Blue 80! Blue 80! Tiger! Tiger! Tiger!
On 2nd down, here's Miller. Big hold of the 30. Lamar Miller. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Slow.
They run it with Balazs. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Final play of the half, it's Taylor. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Here's Marquette King now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
Tiger!
They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Blue 80! Blue 80! Tiger!
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come back. Black 22. Black 22.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
Throwing again is Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Black 22. Tiger. 2 jet.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 18. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The throw by Taylor here, and that's incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
4 down, check. Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32. Watch the twist. Slow. Flag 55. Right there.
To throw is Taylor. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Covers that time by Aaron Colvin. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Now Brown. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys low.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ready. 319. 319.
On second down, Taylor. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Call it a pickup of 7. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
3rd and 2, now Taylor. It's caught, Jones. And he's got this down to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack? DJ Reader in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And that's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Gun!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
They will find Davis. That's complete. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Back 22.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Green the line! Green the line! Two jet! Two jet! Tiger! 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 Tiger!
Back to the air, Watson on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Blue lady! Blue lady! Come back! Come back! Two jet! Two jet! Come back! Come back!
On 3rd down, Watson going deep for Hopkins. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 24.
Blue lady!
Watson going to give this one to Miller. Quick move by Miller. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
The first carry for Trenton Cannon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Green the line! Green the line! Come back! Come back!
Watson on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Green the line! Green the line!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And now it's 2nd down, but here's the field goal team out onto the field. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, Isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
On the toss, here's Balaj. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Balaj. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
No, check, Patriot!
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Over! All right, now, look at 56.
They'll set up to throw. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Watch him now, Barney!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Come back, come back. 3 down. Hey, green the line, green the line. 47, Mike, 47. Come back. Reset.
On first down, Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Fuller. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They go again with Cannon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Richmond. Tiger. Come back. Tiger.
Throwing now, Watson. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 44 yards. Watson making up for some lost time here in season number 2. He's got the Texans on the move with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.